against the stream. It don't matter what race or creed or color. You love this land and you're my brother. That ain't place to know your stand. If you say you can't breathe, I'll show you we can. Ain't never gonna stop believing. We were born for freedom. We're born for freedom.
How y'all doing? Okay. I can't talk right now. Like, I'm dead ass. I had an ice pack on my head. I've had a splitting headache all day. I didn't drink or anything last night. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm just overworking myself, exerting myself physically at work, exerting myself mentally, trying to be a part of this fight, trying to learn the strategies of war, the correct strategies of war, efficacy, efficient strategies of war. I went to the pool trying to cool off, but the water in the pool wasn't cold. The water in the pool wasn't cold. All right, so before we get started, that's enough of me bitching and complaining. First off, today is my last day on YouTube, and I know, I'm such an asshole. I promised you guys 5 live streams today, and we're literally only going to be able to do 2. And so I had to decide what is the most important. The most important is to make sure that you guys are prepared, that you guys can be leaders, and that you guys can do what is necessary when you find the right community of like-minded patriots, the 1A Army, to help you, the uncounselable, the Republic, people who are willing to do whatever it takes to save this country. When you find that group of people in your life, I want you to know how to fight back. And that's why we're going to go ahead and do this. At 8 o'clock, we're going to do my dear YouTube. Goodbye, bye, YouTube. Goodbye, bye. Bye, 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 bye. We might play that song. Have some fun. We're going to have some fun tonight. But not right now. Right now is serious. You're in class. I expect you to take notes. I do not have the notes typed up for you, but I will repeat myself and I will make sure. Bye-bye, Deadly Sin Month. The gay shit is over. Who is the author of war? You mean the author of this book? I don't know who the author of war is. Probably like God. But the author of this book is the title of this book is the 33 Strategies of War, and the author is Robert Greene. Greene is spelled with an E. Okay. So just little housekeeping. Make sure you guys are staying abreast of what I'm doing in my life. Make sure if you would like to see my personal page and the thirst traps and the therapy and the codependence speeches and the leadership speeches and the Fashion Nova clothing reviews and the traveling and all the things that I do for fun. And so you can kind of get a better understanding of who I am. That is Instagram at Red Pill Jenny. I am still using Twitter. Twitter's been going well. It's started to pick up a little bit since Elon Musk took over. I'm getting more and more views on my live streams than I ever did prior to that. So maybe something's happening. It kind of feels like something's kind of moving back. Things are moving back to where they used to be. Not totally, but it feels like, based on the analytics, it feels like, it's getting a little better. I used to get like 9-10 viewers on my streams, and now I'm getting like 75, 150, you know, like it seems like it's picking up. So Elon is doing his job. So thank you, Elon. TikTok, not Red Pill Rage. If you'd like to send me an email, I'm redpill_rage@protonmail.com. And most importantly, if you are going to be a part of the Ultra Mega Empire, if you want to be uncancelable, if you want to be a member of the 1A Army, you've got to join the parallel economy. You have got to get on Truth Social, Gab, Rumble, Red Pill Rage. Very easy. Just type it in. I'm right there. I appreciate everyone who has already followed me over to Rumble. I'm excited about some of the features that Rumble has and what the Rumble player can do. And nobody knows about my secret project except Clue. And we are just going to leave it that way because I don't like to talk about it. I like to be about it, bitch. If you bout it, you better be about it. If you say you bout it, you better be about it. If you say you bout it, you better be about it. Okay. Anything else? Oh, the podcast. Please visit my site. I worked really hard on it. It is www.redpillreadingclub.com. That is our book club. That's our book club that the name has kind of been inspired by Clue. He called it Red Pill Book Club. That domain name was taken, so I had to change it to Red Pill Reading Club. But I'm proud of that website. I think I did a good job building it, and I'm always looking at my SEO and figuring out keywords and metadata and all these things that I didn't know or understand before. I'm focusing on forcing myself to learn those things, and you know, I feel good about myself. I feel proud. Please, on the website, or you can do a search. You can do a search on, all right. Come on, don't do, now I'm totally disappeared. Okay, forget it. Do a search on Apple Podcasts. Do a search on iHeartRadio. Do a search on Spotify. All you got to do is type in Red Pill Reading Club. I will come up. Okay. It's kind of crazy. You guys are all aware of my sweet yet brief relationship with Gavin McGinnis. All, 5 minutes of it in the streets at a protest in DC, fully clothed. Don't start any rumors. Y'all know I love me some Gavin McGinnis. And it's kind of funny because when you search Red Pill Reading Club, his podcast, my podcast, are literally, like, they're literally side by side. Like, it's kind of freaked me out at first, but it lets me know that I am in the right place, I am doing the right thing, and I am amongst the right people. God, where's that picture? I want to show you guys that picture of us if you haven't seen it. Let's see. Where my baby at? Where my baby at? There he is. There's my baby. Hold up. Where my man at? Yes. It feels good. It feels good to, when you search Red Pill, his podcast and my podcast come up next to each other in the search. Like, who would have thought? I am amongst kings. I am amongst the greats. I just don't know it yet. Or I'm just trying to stay overly humble because that is a trauma response to my childhood abuse, Anyway, hello, Jenny V. Hello, Celtics Coven. How are you guys? We've got an international audience, ladies and gentlemen. We got Jenny from the UK. We got Celtics Coven from Ireland. Welcome. Happy to have you here. Love you. Let's see what else. Okay, so let's just get into it. So this chapter, we are going to be reading from Okay, part 2, which is organizational team warfare. And we will be reading chapter 7, which is transform your war into a crusade. Okay. I think in many ways, Gavin McInnes transformed his concerns into a crusade, and it all fell apart when Enrique Tarrio took over. Maybe things would have been better if Gavin McInnes had stayed in charge. Just saying. Maybe things would have been better if you didn't let the quota hire take the reins. Maybe things would have been better if you had ignored Enrique's ability to be a brown shield and instead looked at Enrique's character. I mean, I'm just saying, this is the problem with quota hires. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. The secret to motivating people and maintaining their morale is to get them to think less about themselves and more about the group. Enrique. Involve them in a cause, a crusade against a hated enemy. Make them see their survival as tied to the success of the army as a whole. In a group in which people have truly bonded, moods and emotions are so contagious that it becomes easy to infect your troops with enthusiasm. Lead from the front. Let your soldiers see you in the trenches, making sacrifices for the cause. That will fill them with the desire to emulate and please you. Make both rewards and punishments rare but meaningful. Remember, a motivated army can work wonders, making up for any lack of material resources. Okay. Hey, Thomas, thank you for your comment. Already subscribed on Rumble. ScrewTube can go to hell. Yeah, fuck them. Fuck them. Okay. The art of man management. We humans are selfish by nature. Our first thoughts in any situation revolve around our own interests. How will this affect me? How will it help me? At the same time, by necessity, we try to disguise our selfishness, making our motives look altruistic or disinterested. Our inveterate selfishness and our ability to disguise it are problems for you as a leader. You may think that that the people working for you are genuinely enthusiastic and concerned. That is what they say. That is what their actions suggest. Then slowly you see signs that this person or that is using his or her position in the group to advance purely personal interests. One day you wake up and find yourself leading an army of selfish, conniving individuals. That is when you start thinking about morale, about finding a way to motivate your troops and forge them into a group. Perhaps you try artfully to praise people, to offer them the possibility of reward, only to find you have spoiled them, strengthening their selfishness. Perhaps you try punishments and discipline, only to make them resentful and defensive. Perhaps you try to fire them up with speeches and group activities, but people are cynical nowadays and they will see right through you. The problem is not what you were doing, but the fact that it comes late. You have begun to think about morale only after it has become an issue, not before. That is your mistake. Learn from history's great motivators and military leaders. The way to get soldiers to work together and maintain morale is to make them feel a part of a group that is fighting for a worthy cause. That distracts them from their own interests and satisfies their human need to feel a part of something bigger than they are. The more they think of the group, the less they think of themselves. They soon begin to link their own success to the group's and their own interests to the larger interests, and the larger interests coincide. In this kind of army, people know that selfish behavior will disgrace them in the eyes of their companions, and they will become attuned to a kind of group conscience. Morale is contagious. Put people in a cohesive, animated group, and they naturally catch that spirit. If they rebel or revert to selfish behavior, they are easily isolated. Damn straight. You must establish the dynamic the minute you become the group's leader. It can only come from the top, that is, from you. The ability to create the right group dynamic to maintain the collective spirit is known in military language as man management. His history's great generals, Alexander the Great, Hannibal, Napoleon, were all masters of the art, for which military men is much more simply important. In battle, it can be a deciding issue. It's a matter of life and death. In war, Napoleon once said, the morale is to the physical as 3-1. He meant that his troops' fighting spirit was crucial in the outcome of the battle. With motivated soldiers, he could beat an army 3 times the size of his own. Okay, time to take notes. Okay, hold on. Hey Thomas, if you got to go, that's fine. You can go, or, thank you Celtic. You can stay. It's up to you. I'm not going to sit here and fight for anyone's attention, but I do appreciate your support. So, let me make a new banner. What does it say here? It says, with motivated soldiers, he could beat an army 3 times the size of his own. Okay. I need you guys, if I'm typing up notes for you, that means I need you to screenshot this, okay? I need you to screenshot it or write it down, okay? I'm only going to type up the shit that you need to remember. To create the best group dynamic and prevent destructive morale problems, follow these 8 crucial steps culled from the writings and experiences of the master of the art. It is important to follow as many of the steps as possible. None is less important than any other. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Got to type another one. Okay. I got the caps lock on. Hold on. You unite your troops around a cause, make them fight for an idea. Okay. Number 1, unite your troops around a cause, make them fight for an idea. Now, more than ever, people have a hunger to believe in something. They feel an emptiness, which, left alone, might try to fill with drugs or spiritual fads. But you can take advantage of it by channeling it into a cause you can convince them is worth fighting for. It's funny that Robert Greene should say that, because I feel like that's been my whole life. I've tried one spiritual practice after the other. I've been a stoner. I drank. Like, I did everything I fucking could to fulfill that hole. And this fight is the only thing that truly fulfills my hole. So I don't know if this is a crutch, but I don't think it is. I don't think this is a crutch for me. I think this is my calling. And everything else that I've done has been a run from my calling. I've been running from my calling my whole life. And now I'm stepping into it. So it's funny that he should mention that. Bring people together around a cause and you create a motivated force. The cause can be anything you wish, but you should represent it as progressive. It fits the times. It's on the side of the future. I mean, wouldn't you say that we, the Republic, is the future? Wouldn't you say that the Ultra MAGA Empire is the future? I would say so, if we want to have a future, correct? So it is destined to succeed. If necessary, you can give it a veneer of spirituality. I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying, if you've been running from your calling your whole life, and you have that itch inside your soul, maybe this is what you need to be doing. It is best to have some kind of enemy to hate. An enemy can help a group to define itself in opposition. Ignore this step and you are left with an army of mercenaries. Proud Boys. You will deserve the fate that usually awaits such armies. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. Next one. Keep their bellies full. And spell that right. Hold on. Step 2, keep their bellies full. People cannot stay motivated if their material needs go unmet. If they feel exploited in any way, their natural selfishness will come to the surface and they will begin to peel off from the group. Use a cause, something abstract or spiritual, to bring them together, but meet their material needs. You do not have to spoil them by overpaying them, a paternalistic feeling that they are being taken care of, or that you are thinking of their comfort is more important. Attending to their physical needs will make it easier to ask for more of them when the time comes. Okay. Next step. Lead from the front. Hope you guys are screenshotting. When I make these notes, screenshot it, please, or write it down if you're at your house. Step 3, lead from the front. The enthusiasm with which people join a cause inevitably wanes. One thing that speeds up its loss and that produces discontent is the feeling that the leaders do not practice what they preach. Right from the beginning, your troops must see you as leading from the front, sharing your dangers and sacrifices, taking the cause as seriously as they do, instead of trying to push them from behind, make them run to keep up with you. Well, I've been doing that. I've been doing that since day fucking one. I've been doing that shit since day one. And I got the receipts and you can see all of it. You can see all of it in my old videos. Step 4, concentrate their chi. There's a Chinese belief in an energy called qi, which dwells in all living things. All groups have their own level of qi, physical and psychological. A leader must understand this energy and know how to manipulate it. Idleness has a terrible effect on qi. When soldiers are, and you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it. Idleness has a terrible effect on chi. See, this is why I keep fucking telling you people don't listen to Quanon. Don't fucking listen to Quanon, because Quanon is fulfilling not everyone's, but all their fucking followers' heads with this imaginary Superman gonna drop out of the sky and it's gonna be Michael Flynn, and Trump is gonna come back and defeat all the clones and the reptilians and the Area 51, and JFK Jr. is gonna come back to life and kill Hillary, and just like all this crazy shit. You know, oh, every so and so is wearing an ankle monitor. They've already been arrested, but they're not in jail. Like, honestly, guys, does anything that Quanon people say ever made sense? Anything? Has anything that Quanon people ever said made any sense? Been factual or come to pass? This is the problem. The Quanon people created idleness, which had a terrible effect on chi. And this is why I tell you people, you need to stop following Okay, I keep saying it. Trump lit the torch, and it is up to each and every one of us to carry it. Stop listening to these red herrings that are creating idleness that has a terrible effect on chi. They are creating idleness in you. Not in you, not in y'all, but y'all know who I'm talking about. You know patriots like this. They listen to Tucker every single day, but they ain't donated to nobody. They listen to Tucker every single fucking day, but they're not out helping with any kind of community. They're not infiltrating Beto O'Rourke's campaign. They're not trying to understand the enemy better. They're not getting behind local candidates that actually want to make a difference. They're not doing that. They're idle, and that's the problem. When soldiers are not working, their spirits lower. Doubt creeps in and selfish interests take over. Similarly, being on the defensive, always waiting and reacting to what the enemy dishes out will also lower tree. Well, that's everybody on TikTok. So keep your soldiers busy, acting for a purpose, moving in a direction. Do not make them wait for the next attack. Propelling them forward will excite them and make them hungry for battle. Aggressive action concentrates chi, and chi concentrated is full latent force. Okay. Bone, I see you. You said you're doing the screenshots. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you. Doing the screenshots. If you can't write it down, screenshot. Okay, next one. I wish I could copy and paste, but I can't. I should have done this earlier. But like I said, I've had an incredible headache, terrible headache today. Okay. Number 5, play to their emotions. The best way to motivate people is not through reason, but through emotion. Humans, however, are naturally defensive. If you begin with an appeal to their emotions, some histrionic harangue, they will see you as manipulative and will recoil. An emotional appeal needs a setup. Lower their defenses and make them bond as a group by putting on a show, entertaining them, and telling them a story. Now they have less control over their emotions and you can approach them more directly, moving them easily from laughter to anger or hatred. Masters of man management have a sense of drama. They know when and how to hit their soldiers in the gut. Okay. Try to hit you guys in the gut every single episode. Trying to make you guys take this shit seriously. Mix, harshness, and kindness. I think this one actually might be my favorite step. Mix, harshness, and kindness. Oh, what does that mean? What does that mean? The key to man management is a balance of punishment and reward. Too many rewards will spoil your soldiers and make them take you for granted. Too much punishment will destroy their morale. You need to hit the right balance. Make your kindness rare, and even an occasional warm comment or generous act will be powerfully meaningful. Anger and punishment should be equally rare. Instead, your harshness should take the form of setting very high standards that few can reach. Ooh, come on, Robert. Can't see. Damn virtual background. Let me read that again. Your harshness should take the form of setting very high standards that few could reach. Let me tell you how I know who's about that life and who's not. Because if you're not on Rumble, if you've never donated to one of Zach's fundraisers, and if you can't even leave a comment on my podcast, that's how I know you're not. You can't even, if you can't even take little tiny baby steps, you think I'm going to trust you with a gun? You think I'm going to trust you when I say, okay, go over there to Stacey Abrams, go over there to Lori Lightfoot, go over there to Gavin Newsom and go take notes, go record some shit, go infiltrate. You think I can trust you to do some shit like that? You think I can trust you to stand up and stand with me, toe to toe, chest to chest in the face of Antifa? If you can't even send $5. You can't even leave a comment on a podcast. You can't even download another app to watch me on. I'm separating the goats from the sheep. I'm tired of, not y'all, but y'all know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. The ones that all of a sudden are leaving comments when they ain't left a comment in over a year and a half, popping back. Oh, people do love you, Jenny. No, you don't. If you loved me, you would have shared my shit. If you loved me, you would have sent money to Zach's fundraiser. If you loved me, you'd be leaving comments for me because you know that would have helped my algorithm and could have maybe helped my success on YouTube. But you didn't. You know you didn't. So now I set standards that are high, that's only certain people can achieve that. And that's why only a small number of people are going to get my content, at least on Rumble. Now, with iTunes and iHeartRadio and Spotify, I'm probably going to reach a lot more people like that. But that's fine. I'd rather build a new audience of lions than to continue coddling these armchair patriot sheeps. You go to Tucker. Go listen to Tucker. Go listen to Diamond and Silk. Go listen to someone who makes you feel good about doing nothing. Go listen to someone you can bitch and cry and complain with. When you're ready to listen to somebody who's ready to fucking go to jail, who has gone to jail for this movement, y'all know I went to jail, right? I'm not going to talk about it right now. When you're ready to follow behind somebody who studies, when you're ready to follow behind somebody who is looking and listening for wisdom instead of bitching, y'all come fuck with me. But until then, you can't reach my standards. Period. Sorry. I'm sorry if it hurts your feelings. Wait till I do my video, dear, bye-bye YouTube. I'm really going to hurt your feelings then. Okay. Sorry. Let me finish. Your harshness should take the form of setting very high standards that few can reach. Make your soldiers compete to please you. Make them struggle to see less harshness and more kindness. Well, I think I'm 99% kind. I'm only harsh like once in a while. But I know you signed up. I see you. I see you. I know. See, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about other people. I know you've been with me. I know you've been with me a long time. Oh, Cassie X is online right now. I have been instructed to defend and support you with the level of attraction and devotion for your cause because it's our cause also. I stand with you. I am 100% behind you. If you are suffering, I don't care what country you're suffering in because the communist takeover is happening to you just like it's happening to us. Jenny, that includes you too, because I seen what was going on. I'd seen what BLM did in your country. I seen what COVID did in your country. We're one, honey. We are one. We got you. All right. Anyway, the next part. Hey, Alex Bones. What's up, Detox? I see you in here, Detox. Detox has been with me for 2 years. Detox has been with me a long time. Okay, next. Build up the group myth. Screenshot. Build up the group myth. The armies with the highest morale are armies that have been tested in battle. Soldiers who have fought alongside one another through many campaigns forge a kind of group myth based on their past victories. Living up to the tradition and reputation of the group becomes a matter of pride. Anyone who lets it down feels ashamed. To generate this myth, you must lead your troops into as many campaigns as you can. It is wise to start out with easy battles that they can win, building up their confidence. Success alone will help you bring the group together. Create symbols and slogans that fit the myth. Your soldiers still want to belong. Well, guess what? It's not a myth for us. This is life or death for us. This is freedom or slavery for us. We see what Australia has fallen, y'all. Australia's done. Germany, France, they might be done too. I'll be damned if USA, the UK, I'll be damned if y'all fall too. No, we're not going to let you fall. We're not going to let each other fall. This isn't a myth for us. This is us reading the writing on the wall. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, okay. I'm about to make y'all mad. I'm about to make you mad. Ooh, I'm not going to say, I'm going to say her name. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to say her name. All right, I'm about to be a real asshole right now. Let me read this first and then I'll tell you what I did. I'm going to tell you what I did. You're going to be mad at me, but I don't care. Okay. Step 8, be ruthless with grumblers. Allow grumblers and the chronically disaffected any leeway at all, and they will spread disquiet and even panic throughout the group. As fast as you can, you must isolate them and get rid of them. All groups contain a core people who are more motivated and disciplined than the rest. That's y'all. If you're right here with me right now, that's y'all. You know if you're in the circle of trust or not. You know if you are. All groups contain a core group of people who are more motivated and disciplined than the rest, your best soldiers. Recognize them, cultivate their goodwill, and set them up as examples. And you know what? Not only are you examples, you are my inspiration. Clue, Coven, Jenny, Lioness, Lawrence, AZJ, Zach. If I left out your name, Betty White, like you guys are my inspiration. You keep me going. Let me read the next part. These people will serve as natural ballast against those who are disaffected and panicky. Now, be ruthless with grumblers. Now, you know we had a grumbler. We always get grumblers whenever it's fundraiser time, right? Well, this particular grumbler, should I say her name? I don't want to make her feel bad. I don't want to make her feel bad. This particular grumbler decided after 6 months to reach out to me. I eliminated this grumbler. I banned this grumbler from my channel after the first fundraiser in December. And then out of nowhere, about 2-3 weeks ago, this grumbler decided to reach out to me. Hey, Jenny, this is the grumbler. I'm dead ass. I'm reading the email to you right here. I noticed on your channel how my comments get deleted. Not by a moderator, but I seem to be shadow banned or something weird on my channel. Hope nothing bad happened between me and you, or I said something that made you mad. Just wanted to clear this up and see what was going on. Now, I almost didn't want to write this bitch back because I know this person may or may not be completely, may not have all their brain cells, or may have some learning disabilities or something going on. And that's why I've been extremely patient with this person, even though this person had been really, really irritating me for quite a while prior to this. Okay. But the problem with this person is that not only were they taking a mile when I gave them an inch, they decided to talk back to me when I told you guys there was no excuses for not donating. And I said, if you make excuses in the comments, I will ban your ass right now. And I don't care how long you've been on my channel. I will ban your ass. And if you want to pay at another time, or if you want to pay next week when you get paid, just say so. Just say so. If all you can do is $5, that's fine. Just say so. It's the thought that counts. That's all that matters. If you can't give $5, write a letter. 50 cents is for a stamp. That's all you had to do. I didn't want to hear any excuses. I still don't. No excuses, 2022. Now, I decided I was going to let him have it. I was going to let her have it. So this is what I wrote back. I deleted your comments because they were self-serving, crazy long, and frequently had nothing to do with the topic of my video. You were using my platform as your own soapbox, and I found it to be quite selfish of you. I also blocked you from my channel several months ago when you made excuses, which I tell everyone not to do in my comments regarding Zach's fundraiser. For the level of energetic vampire that you have a lot of nerve refusing to make a donation and then arguing with me about why you couldn't do so publicly. You might have the manosphere fooled into thinking you're such a sweet, supportive person, but you don't have me fooled. You're a selfish, useless spectator, and I refuse to give you another ounce of attention, no matter if you agree with my message or not. Don't ever bother me again. I'm working hard, both in my personal life and in this patriotic fight, and you're a distraction. But if it makes you feel better, screenshot my response and go cry about it on Telegram to the boys. Just watch yourself so you don't become an TMZ episode 2. I give no fucks, and you know this, Jenny. So, as Robert Greene says, be ruthless with the grumblers. Okay. Now, there's a bunch of historical examples and stuff that he has, but we only have about 18 more minutes, and I just wanted to make sure that you got the main points, because the rest of the chapter is just talking about, he talks about Lyndon B. Johnson, he talks about Oliver Cromwell in Cambridgeshire, England. He talks about, like I said, he talks about Lyndon Johnson in Texas. He talks about Hannibal of Carthage. So he gives a lot of historical examples. He even talks about the Green Bay Packers and how Coach Lombardi was really fair, and he was able to get everyone together so that they could start winning some games. So there's like a lot of stuff in here. Talks about history, warfare, politics, sports. Robert Greene gives a lot of examples, but I want to just read you a few things that he talks about Napoleon. I'm just going to give you some of the highlights, and I'm just going to skip around. So rapid fire, just stay with me. Okay. Stay with me. I don't have, if I can type, then I will. Okay. Okay. Understand, morale is contagious, and you, the leader, set the tone. All right, we'll make notes for here. Did I just totally not type that right? All right, screenshot the notes. Morale is contagious, and you, the leader, sets the tone. Ask for sacrifices you won't make yourself, doing everything through your assistants, and your troops grow lethargic and resentful. Oh my God, how many of us have had bosses like this? Like, they'll tell you to do it, but they won't do it. And they won't even help you do it. That's the other thing that would piss me off. Like, they won't even show you how to do it. They won't help you do it. They won't, check on you. Like, I hate that shit. Anyway, act too nice, show too much concern for their well being, and you drain the tension from their souls and create spoiled children who whine at the slightest pressure or request for more work. Ooh, kind of sounds like this bitch I had to straighten out through this email, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Personal example is the best way to set the proper tone and build morale. When your people see your devotion to the cause, they ingest your spirit of energy and sacrifice. A few timely criticisms here and there, and they will only try harder to please you, to live up to your high standards. Instead of having to push and pull your army, you will find them chasing after you. I love that. I love the way this guy writes. Okay. Okay. Let's make another one. This one's about Hannibal. General Hannibal. Okay, let's see. Okay. You must aim indirectly at people's emotions. Okay, we only got 14 more minutes. I'm going to try to get you as much as I can here. Okay. Like Hannibal, you must aim indirectly at people's emotions. Get them to laugh or cry over something that seems unrelated to you or to the issue at hand. Emotions are contagious. They bring people together and make them bond. Then you can play them like a piano, moving them from one emotion to the other. Oratory and eloquent pleas only irritate and insult us. We see right through them. Motivation is subtler than that. By advancing indirectly, setting up your emotional appeal, you will get inside. You will get inside instead of just scratching the surface. I don't like Robert Greene talking about playing people like a piano, okay? A good leader isn't going to play anyone like a piano. A good leader is going to keep the cohesion. You don't necessarily have to manipulate people to keep cohesion, but I do understand what he's saying here. And I hope that and I mean this in a very positive way. I hope that I have played on your emotions. I hope that I've made you angry in the last 2 years. I hope that I've made you cry in the last 2 years. I hope that I have delivered stories and facts and research to you in a way that throttles you and shakes you so that you fucking take this seriously. This isn't about me playing anyone like a piano. I don't give a fuck who comes or goes, who stays or leaves. I've been stabbed in the back so many times. I don't care. I prefer to work alone. But if you can get inside my circle, it's because I need you there. It's because I want you there. It's because you do as much for me as I do for you, if anything at all. It's symbiotic for me. But I understand what Robert Greene is saying here. If you want to appeal our cause, our patriotic cause, to people who don't have the intellects that you and I have, what he's saying is you do have to appeal to their emotions. You do have to make them either like you, or you have to make them, even if they don't like you, you have to make them collectively hate the enemy and stir that up in order to get that chi moving. Remember, we talked about the chi? You have to get that chi energy moving. Now, I'm an intellectual, and I only get along with intellectuals, and I can only understand intellectual strategy. I'm not the type that believes that brute force is necessary to combat every single problem, especially when the civil war that we're in is an ideological one more than anything else. If it was just aliens and zombies, this whole thing would be so easy for us, right? Because we would know who the enemy is. We would know what they look like. We would know how to kill them. And then we can just get down to business. Let's get down to business, right? It would be easy that way. But no, our enemies are the people we fucking live with. Our enemies are the people we work with. Our enemies are the people we're driving down the street with on the freeway. Our enemies are some of us are our family members. It's a whole nother war here. And that's why I read The Art of War for you. That's why we're reading this right now. That's why I'm reading It's Your Ship on Instagram. Because changing the mindset is so much more difficult than killing someone. Even though there's a list of motherfuckers I want dead. A fucking list. There's a list of fucking traitors, including this fucking piece of shit landlord that I pay rent to. There is a list of fucking traitors that need to die. A fucking list. Governors, mayors, police chiefs, Brandon, all these motherfuckers are traitors. All of them need to be in Guantanamo. Every last one. But we can't put that many people in Guantanamo. We have to find how to take that many people and get them out of the fucking plantation. And I don't just mean the black plantation and the black culture plantation. I mean the complacent American, comfortable Starbucks and American Idol watching TV every day plantation. The not knowing what it feels like to suffer plantation. The believing everything you see on CNN News plantation. We need to get people off of that plantation. Sorry if I went out on a tangent there. Okay. Okay. Here's another good one, and we can kind of end it with this one. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Changing is, I think this is actually a really good way to end this. Changing is difficult. Lost my place. People prefer what they know, even if it doesn't work. And this ties in to exactly what I just said, okay? Understand, a group has a collective personality that hardens over time, and sometimes that personality is dysfunctional or adolescent. Changing it is difficult. People prefer what they know, even if it doesn't work. If you lead this type of group, do not play into its negative dynamic. Announcing intentions and making demands will leave people defensive and feeling like children. Like Lombardi, play the willy parent. Ask more of them. Expect them to work like adults. Quietly alter the spirit with which things are done. Emphasize efficacy. Anybody can be efficient. It isn't a question of talent. Efficiency breeds success, and success raises morale. Once the spirit and personality of the group start to shift, everything else will fall into place. That's really good. So, by the way, when he was talking about Coach Lombardi, he was talking about the coach for the Green Bay Packers in like the 1940s or some shit. Okay. I'll read this last part. Okay. I think you'll like this. This is the end of the chapter. If morale is contagious, so is its opposite. Fear and discontent can spread through your troops like wildfire. The only way to deal with them is to cut them off before they turn into panic and rebellion. In 58 BC, when Rome was fighting the Gallic War, Julius Caesar was preparing for battle against the Germanic leader Ariovistus. Rumors about the ferocity and size of the German forces were flying, and his army was panicky and mutinous. Caesar acted fast. He had the rumor mongers arrested. Next, he addressed his soldiers personally, reminding them of their brave ancestors who had fought and defeated the Germans. He would not lead their weaker descendants into battle. Bam! Hold up. This is going to be one of the last slays you see from me, okay? Hold up. I fucked up. Okay. He would not lead their weaker descendants into battle. And this is why I have to get off of fucking YouTube and get on to Rumble. I'm not leading any more people who are nothing but energetic vampires, fucking armchair patriots. I'm not leading you anymore. Go over there, go sit down somewhere. Go watch Diamond and Silk. Go watch David Harris Jr. Go complain on Twitter and say the same shit over and over, and you're not coming up with any ideas. You're not coming up with any solutions. You're not thinking outside of the box. You're not trying to learn technology. You're not trying to learn how to become a volunteer voter registrar. You're not trying to learn anything about voter fraud and how you can, connect with the Republican county clubs and try to see what they're doing. You're not going to go infiltrate someone else's campaign. I ain't got no fucking time for you. Period. I will not lead your weaker descendants. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not trying to hear anything you have to say. I don't care if you agree with me. I check my receipts. I don't need you to fucking agree with me. I'm not insecure. I fucking know I'm right. I didn't come into this fight for clicks and views and likes. Why would I leave a platform that's huge, that has 1/6 of the world's population on it, to go to a platform that's way smaller? If I cared about clicks and views, I would keep beating the same dead fucking horse here on YouTube. But I'm not going to do that. I don't care if I get 10 views per video on Rumble. I'd rather get 10 views of 10 fucking lions over there than get 100 views of a bunch of fucking sheep over here. Period. I'm not here for that. Okay, let me finish. Julius Caesar said it. I didn't say it. Julius Caesar said it. Since the 10th Legion alone seemed immune to the growing panic, he would take them alone. As Caesar prepared to march with the valiant 10th Legion, the rest of the army, ashamed, begged him to forgive them and let them fight. With a show of reluctance, he did so. And once these frightened men fought fiercely. In such cases, you must act like Caesar, turning back the tide of panic. Waste no time and deal with the whole group. People who spread panic or mutiny experience a kind of madness in which they gradually lose contact with reality. Appeal to their pride and dignity, make them feel ashamed of their moment of weakness and madness. Remind them of what they have accomplished in the past, and show them how they are falling short of the ideal. The social shaming will wake them up and reverse the dynamic. And I can't think of a better way to, on this particular day, my last day on YouTube, to end it. Okay? I can't think of a better way. I think it says a lot of what I feel and a lot of what I'm trying to do and a lot of what we all need to do. This isn't just a warfare book. This is a leadership book. And like I said in the beginning of the video, I want each and every one of you to find the community, to find your community, find your tribe in your life, in your city, people that you can work with. And God forbid Armageddon get any worse than it already is. You're going to need those people to survive it. You're going to need a group of people around you that you can trust, that you can trade with, that you can collectively get together, grow food with, protect your assets with, protect your children with. It's going to get ugly, guys. Patriots, Ragers, it's going to get ugly. I need you to take these principles and put them in your life. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for you. I need you to understand that. Okay? Now, I've separated the goats from the sheep, and I'm learning more and more not to listen to what people say, but to be aware of what people do. And if there's one thing I can leave you with, understand, number one, not everybody who says they're a patriot is a patriot. Not everyone who says they're your friend is your friend. Not everyone who incessantly leaves comments on your page is your supporter. There's a lot of energetic vampires out here. They got a lot to say, but they don't do shit. Okay? So, Jenny says, all right, oh, she's probably in bed. That's from like quite a while ago. That's from like 10 minutes ago. Jenny, if you're still here, good night. If you're not still here, see you tomorrow. Jenny's on my Instagram page, by the way. Great stream. I'll catch the replay, and goodbye to YouTube tomorrow. Catch you on Rumble. Stay powerful, beautiful lady. She's so nice. She's so sweet. And then Clue says, good night, sweetie. Ray says, shame, shame, shame on y'all. I don't know what that means. If you haven't been a shot, how are you a patriot? If you haven't been shot, how are you a patriot? Be important enough to be shot. Be a patriot. I went to jail, but I haven't been shot yet. If I do get shot, I hope it's like in the leg, though. I don't want to be... I need to come back to... If I get shot, I need to come back to life. I'm not scared to get shot. I just don't want to get shot where it's going to create permanent damage. You know, I want to get 50 Cent shot. Okay. Patriots and Ragers, don't be our fuck. I don't know what that means, but anyway. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up. Guys, come back at 8 o'clock. Come back in an hour for my dear YouTube. And then tomorrow I'll make some more videos on Rumble. I know I said that I would make them here, but like I said, I had a big headache today and I just couldn't do it. But we still need to do the triple header of the Boondock Saints. We still need to talk about the 14th Amendment and abortion. That is a very important topic and relevant that I want us to cover in depth. Okay. And then we also have the Made in America scam. I want, as we spend our money, I want us to make sure that when someone says it's made in America, that number one, it's made in America. And number two, it's not some multi-level marketing weird shit. Okay. Because I found a company that's doing that and I wanted to expose them. Okay. With that being said, everyone, okay, don't forget to go over to Apple Podcasts and leave me some comments and some ratings. I believe you can also leave comments and ratings on You can leave comments and ratings on Spotify as well. You can't do it on iHeartRadio, but that's okay. If you like listening to iHeartRadio, at least just subscribe there. We are the Republic. We are the 1A Army. We are the Red Pill Army. We will be uncancelable. We are building the Ultra MAGA empire. We are standing tall and we are staying based. So I'll see you guys in 1 hour.